Hello, my friends, very much welcome. So today I want to talk to you about why do we lose trust in ourselves, right? Why do we lose trust in ourselves? Well, we lose trust in ourselves when we know our truth already, but then we still abandon ourselves. And why do we do that? Actually, let me show you what this might look like in an example. And these show up in any of your relationships. So these show up in your self-leadership, in you saying that you're going to do something and you kind of don't, in you allowing yourself to participate in self-sabotaging activities like, I don't know, overeating, eating sweets, doing things that you know aren't good for you and you already told yourself you weren't going to do it. This shows up really good in close relationships, okay? So actually, that's the example I want to bring, simply because it's in front of me, simply because I just had this conversation with my beautiful friend. And so this is what it looks like, okay? And I've heard a lot of us go through this, so this is a really good, if you can relate to this, then I hope this feeds your soul. So, you know by now, right? You know your truth. You know that you want to live a truthful life, a transparent life. You want to have your most important relationship in a space of transparency, where you know that you can communicate with them about anything you like, right? We are free beings, so we have the freedom of expression. And especially with an intimate partner, you want to make sure that that space is clear. Because you are opening your heart, you are tender, you're vulnerable, you are building a relationship based on trust, right? So that trust, then, that means that both partners must have it, and then it shows up in a relationship. And if either of the partners don't have it, the relationship doesn't have it, okay? Now, we also know that people in our lives, they are the mirror of the beliefs that we still hold. Okay? They are the mirror of the resonance, the vibration that we are, that we have within us. And as we are learning, as we are growing, you may have come to a decision that, okay, I'm not dealing with abuse anymore. I'm not dealing with narcissists anymore. I'm not dealing with, and you can draw yourself as to what your boundary is. That as of now, I am only engaging in relationships, connections, and conversations where everything is open and truthful, something that we can build on. And let's say there still is a little that distrust in you. Remember what I started with, that when you don't do the things that you told yourself to do, you're ultimately conditioning yourself and telling yourself that I can trust myself most of the time, but not always. And your memory of yourself, your concept of yourself will remember that. The universe keeps every record. Your subconscious keeps the record. It's like the treasure chest of your mind. And if you've told yourself, if you've proven to yourself that I'm going to do this and this and this and this on these days, and you do most of them but not all, that's the information that will go in. So then you might have a relationship show up for you that will be like, this is great in this aspect and that aspect and that aspect, but right here there's a thing here that's ouch, it hurts. There's a distrust happening. There is almost like a slapping of dignity. There is a disregard to the wholeness. Okay? I know I said that in big words. To simplify it, that can show up as somebody gaslighting you. I think we understand what that means, right? Now, that is a perfect opportunity for you to see, oh, this happened. So right here, there is a gap. There is a looseness in who I believe I am. So this is an opportunity to now correct it, to strengthen it. So in that situation, what you do matters, and it will give you the next, let's just say, the next step in your life. If you allow it, like, okay, it was uncomfortable, I didn't like it, but, and I tried to talk about it, but it wasn't received, and but then we'll have other experiences, and that was easy, so now it kind of like gets swept under the carpet. Okay? I mean, we are all artists at this, and in our past, the way we used to be, not anymore, at least not for me, and many of us, it's like not anymore, but that in the past we would bend backwards and we would tolerate and we would try to justify and all these things because it feels uncomfortable. But ultimately it is within you, it is a situation within you, a distortion that is asking to be corrected. And the distortion is asking you, do you still want this? Do you still accept this or not? Make the choice. Remember, every moment you have a co-creative choice. So if you are not fully aware, if you still get pulled into the scarcity factors of, yes, but he's so handsome. Yes, but in this way he looks so good. Yes, but all these things, then you're finding excuses to cover up the big, gaping, flaming problem that is hurting your heart. No amount of he's nice, he's handsome, he could be this, we could be that, makes up for being gaslighted, but bring it back into you. No amount of these feel good that will make up or correct the space within you that's being scarred and being distorted, ripped away, taken away from truth. Okay, I'm going to let you sit with that for a moment. I'm going to let you sit with that for a moment. Okay? This is kind of a similar, no amount of flowers and cologne and perfume will take away the smell of a trash can that has rotting items in it. I hope that lands, and actually put in the chat if that lands, just lands. Okay, so then what do we really know? So by now we know that we already know that there's something off, right? So you know your truth. You just walked away from it because old ways pulled you out, because scarcity pulled you out, because the fear of, oh, but I'm going to lose this one also. I have to find another one. Maybe I can't find another one. Well, what if you come back to your truth all the way and live from there? That would be the next turn. Like, come back home. Come back into knowing what you're knowing, and come back and speak and act and express from what you are knowing. That trash can is not going to start smelling better until you take it out. Okay? That pattern is not going to feel better unless you bring it to the surface and release it. no almost, no almost truth, no mistreatment, no, what is that word they call? Compromise will heal you walking away from your truth. Truth will only birth more truth. Untruth will only birth more untruth. So if you want to have any space fixed in your relationship, first to yourself and with others, you must come and stand back in truth. And again, reclaim your spot, reclaim your space. This is not okay. I'm taking it out of me. I trust myself. That resonance, once it starts to go out from you, once you say, this is what I'm going to do and I'm sticking by it, it will give you a self-trust that will hold you and support you when you are in those perceived uncomfortable times in relationships. And your perception of what is uncomfortable will be different also. Because what will come to the forefront is, I am living my life from truth. When I feel that this truth is irritated, I will bring it back. I will speak to it. I will re-stabilize what is true for me and speak from here. And I'm not letting this dis-ease fester. Because where does that lead, right? I'm sure you know where that leads. I'm sure you have tried it before. I'm sure you've had relationships before where you know what happened. So you have an opportunity in front of you. Whenever you get into a relationship with somebody new, or even an old relationship that after a lot of work gives you something where you know that it's like a hook, it's a gaslighting, right? It's a manipulative hook. There is your perfect opportunity to correct it. And when you see it that way, and you don't have to see it anyway the way I see it, I'm asking you to see it for yourself, because once you allow that truth to settle in, it will grow you wings. And what I mean by that is it will give you a strength like never before, because now you see the cost of what's taken when you abandon yourself. And now you'll have the strength to stand your truth and speak your truth. And if that person, whoever person, whatever relationship is not ready to come along, that's okay. They might need time. It might not, I don't know. Every relationship is different. But you cannot create a truthful, a fulfilled, a whole life when you are addressing it from unfulfillment, from mistrust, distrust, and missteps. Okay? So stand in your threads of truth to create the tapestry of your life in truth. That's what I have today. I was quick. I love it though. So I thank you, my friends. And if you feel that you would love to have support in stabilizing yourself in what is true, I regularly run a Stabilizing the Spiritual Wobble Challenge. Next one will be in mid-September. The dates are yet to be determined. But if you're interested in that, come on and sign up. It will be in the comments or in the description. You can sign up for the next one. And come along with this. This is a whole process. This is a movement. It's not just teaching you more information. It is going along with you, with your body, with your mind, and we stabilize you knowing your truth and your strength. And past participants very much reported a positive response. There was visible, what's the word I'm looking for? Growth and movement into the settling into self, into the deepening into self, into coming into the peaceful knowing of the truth of yourself. And it is in that space then that your voice grows, your confidence grows. So thank you very much, my friends, and I will see you next week.